U.S. Farm Report, brought to you by Balchem, standing beside you for 50 years, bringing real results to the dairy industry. Now, through the Real Faces of Dairy project, you can share your story at realfacesofdairy.com.
Consumers want to know about the food they're eating now more than ever. So starting this week, we're launching a new series. It's called The Real Faces of Dairy. Betsy Gibbon takes us to Buskirk, New York, where one dairy producer is bridging the gap between the consumer and the farm.
Hey girls, how are you?
Today's consumers have plenty of questions when it comes to the farm. Jessica Zim specializes in giving the answers.
This is kind of like the class of 2019 for our farm. This is the future of our dairy farm. And we want to be able to monitor these guys very closely.
Whether it's explaining about milking a cow.
This is a pretty easy shift, 5 minutes a day, 3 times a day, you can't beat those hours.
Or describing how these ladies like pedicures too.
And our cows get their hoof trimmed at least twice a year.
Zim's goal is to educate consumers about life on a dairy operation.
Consumers haven't seen along the way because consumers haven't always been interested in where their food is coming from. This is kind of a new area of interest for consumers.
Raising awareness is the goal for Jessica and her husband Stuart, co-owners of Tyashoke Farms, where they milk over 1,100 cows in Buskirk, New York. The family's operation has been in the business over 50 years. They are telling their story by opening up their doors and answering questions for the public.
When you work hard every day to do the best job you can with your animals and also with your crops, there's really no conversation that's off limits or should be uncomfortable.
And if we don't start showing the public what it is that we're doing, they're going to have more questions. And it's only going to become further removed from the farm.
Jessica takes that job of magnifying public perception from the barn to her office.
And so I was thinking that the post today would be about that sometimes cows need help in delivering their calves as well. They don't always do them out on their own.
She's the executive director of the New York Animal Agriculture Coalition, a non-for-profit that advocates to dairy farms and also tries to enhance the public's understanding and appreciation for modern animal ag.
I say that there's really no separation between church and state in our household. My job is also the farm, and the farm is also my job. The two go hand in hand.
She acts as both a cheerleader and coach for dairy farmers as she thinks of creative ways producers can interact with the public and bridge the gap between the farmer and the consumer. One way is producing newsletters for dairies, including her own. The project has been an easy, effective, and budget-friendly way to release a personalized local message.
We can give them a very personalized newsletter that's straight from the family.
She also helps farmers with how to address difficult and hurtful comments online.
We are looking for productive conversations. We're looking for conversations where there is back and forth. Where they're interested, they're asking questions of us, we're asking questions of them, and they're being respectful. And there's times when, you kind of cut your losses and say, we're not going to change this person's mind.
Letting people into the operation and informing them about life on the farm isn't always an easy task, but Zim encourages farmers to listen.
Where they're coming from, where are their concerns really stemming from, and where are they getting that kind of information? The public can handle it. They can handle the truth. What they can't handle is a vacuum and no information. And what they can't handle is looking for answers and having a farmer say, I'm not going to talk about that.
Because wrong or no information makes people fearful.
And talk to them as a real person. I'm a mom too, or, I'm a member of this community as well.
Because in a state where there are 19 million consumers and 5,000 dairy operations, there are a lot of questions. Reporting for U.S. Farm Report, I'm Betsy Gibbon.
Thanks, Betsy. Zim also started up a new birthing center at the New York State Fair 4 years ago to help tell a dairy story. When we come back, Machinery Pete has this week's Tractor Tales.
Dairying is more than a job, it's a calling. It's a lifestyle, one that takes dedication and real commitment. At Balchem, we've stood beside you for 50 years, providing the real results you can count on. Results that help you meet your goals and protect that lifestyle. Supporting you as the real face of dairy. That's our passion. That's our pledge to you. That's Balchem.